I had a view of the world that everything is predictable. I remember I had a very engineering centric view of the world. And the reality is that whatever you want to do is a team sport, is an act of collaboration with somebody. And your ability to understand the other person is very critical to that collaboration, right? And so it took me many years, I would say probably, once I finished my high school, I would say it took me almost 10 years to get to a place where if there were 4 people sitting in front of me, I could train myself a little to understand their different 4 personalities, right? Because unless you're engaging with each person in their own way, it's not going to work. Now, I now meet people who do it intuitively. I'm not one of them, right? I clearly, I tend to engage with all the 4 the same way, right? And then I realized that was a mistake and that had big consequences, because then you were not playing to their strengths, you're not getting the best out of them. I made mistakes in finding the right collaborators, right? Because I mistook their signals, or they were giving me signals which I should have gone deeper to look behind them, and I didn't, and therefore I was burnt by that experience. So my biggest learning in the first 10 years was that learn to engage with people with who they really are, and the once you know that, then your ability to collaborate with them definitely goes up. And no matter what you do, especially in tech, or even in, I have a 17-year-old daughter who wants to become a scientist, and my advice to her again is the same. Whatever you do, it is a team sport. So you got to work well with people, and that requires self-knowledge about who you are, but it also requires knowledge about the other person. So how can you go beyond the facade that all of us carry and know the real individual? And the moment you know that, then you can engage with them better. And you can see how this knowledge, this learning that I had from the mistakes has played a role in me being a small instrument in trying to build a volunteer team. Really very, very competent people, world-class people, and all of us engage in a cause that is, somewhat selfless, and that's about creating public goods. So that's an example of one of the mistakes.